Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Allincrypto here, and today we are going to be delivering a follow-on video from our ICP, the Internet Computer video that we did a few weeks ago, and we were really highlighting the unique features of the Internet Computer, and we kind of want to extend on that in this video. It's very clear to me that there is a very zealous and passionate Internet Computer following out there, Internet Computer community, and we admitted a few things in that video. One of the things that we admitted was that we were perhaps a lot later to the Internet Computer party than perhaps many of you guys out there that might have been talking about it for years. In fact, Dfinity have been working on facilitating and building this protocol since 2015. So it's been in the works and the pipeline for a long time, and we are now at a stage where they are starting to roll things out. And what I want to do in this video is actually play a clip of Dominic Williams actually talking himself about the Internet Computer and why it is so relevant and potentially the evolution of the crypto space. And before I dive into that clip, I just want to kind of extend on the reasons why I'm excited about the Internet Computer and thinking about starting a sizable position in it. Even though we're late to the party, actually I think right now is the perfect time to be looking and interested in the Internet Computer from an investment point of view. We do believe that it has broken out of a stage 1 base, but it's very, very much only just started the journey that it's on in regards to the uptrend that I believe it's now in. And the Internet Computer is truly unique, in the sense that if you look at what this industry was born out of, if you look at what Bitcoin sought to do, it sought to decentralize something that was extremely centralized in the form of banking. And of course, Satoshi, whoever he, she, they, or the CIA are, basically had a really good understanding of the monetary system and the flaws with it and the eventuality of a collapse of it due to the inflationary nature of it. You know, fiat systems are debt-based systems. Debt inherently carries an interest. Interest is actually banned in many religions for a reason. But enough of that. If you look at what this industry was born out of, it was born out of a need to decentralize. And it sought to decentralize money using a distributed ledger. And then of course you had Ethereum that came along and said, let's actually extend the capabilities of this decentralized ledger. But in the process of doing that, they reintroduced centralization in the form of web services. Now, if you want to build on Ethereum or any of the other layer ones from a infrastructure point of view, so from the node point of view, I think it's something like 70 to 80% of Ethereum nodes are built on institutional structure, whether that be Amazon Web Services, which I think like 30% of Ethereum is built on. The nodes, the things that actually run and produce the blocks, are built on Amazon, a very centralized kind of cloud lord system. If you look at Cardano, it's very much similar, but the vast majority of layer ones out there actually use and utilize, whether that be for data storage, cloud computing, the cloud itself, institutional software, and it's kind of reintroduced this centralized element into what is supposed to be a decentralized space. Now, I do think this is a problem that will be worked out over time. I don't think there's a massive issue with it, but it is something that perhaps is a little bit contradictory. And if you look at what the Internet Computer has done, and we did make a video not that long ago where we spoke about what we believe the biggest opportunity is going to be in 2024 and beyond as it relates to the crypto space, and that is deep in decentralized physical infrastructure. If you look at the Internet Computer, it almost has this inherently built in with it. It's almost a perk of using it. You know, you don't have to store your game on Amazon Web Services, your NFTs on Amazon Web Services. You don't have to leverage computing services or build a website and have to go to these institutions to do that. You can do it in a decentralized, autonomous, and sovereign manner with the Internet Computer. And I think that is a massive selling point, and that's why we've been highlighting it recently. It's kind of hard to find, I think, decent content on the Internet Computer on YouTube. A lot of the stuff that we listen to and we look at in regard to the Internet Computer comes from Dfinity or Dominic Williams himself, and we are going to play a clip of his in just a second. But this is huge. You know, I think it's something like 90+% of NFTs are actually stored on Amazon. It's not very decentralized. If you look at the world that we're moving towards, NFTs aren't just pictures of apes. They're essentially what may become the vehicle of tokenization. And if you're going to then store that on Amazon, I mean, how decentralized and transparent and trustless is that? You know, you've reintroduced a centralized party, whereas the Internet Computer looks to do it all in-house What I want to do in the coming weeks and months is really explore this idea of how they do that with canisters and all these other things and the actual internet protocol itself. It's something that's got me very excited. It's something that we really want to share. And like I say, we are considering starting a sizable position in the internet computer. And I think now is not such a bad time. And that is not financial advice, just my own personal take. But this idea of a kind of global decentralized web where you move away from these centralized technocrats, these techno-feudalists, the kind of cloud lords, is very interesting. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and interject a clip of Dominic Williams at a Dubai speech at the back end of last year talking about this a lot better than I can, and then we'll wrap the video up.
The big idea of the internet computer is that a blockchain, super advanced blockchain, re-architected, running on new math, can provide a kind of serverless cloud functionality where you can build almost anything and pretty much everything using smart contract software that's unstoppable and tamper-proof, and of course can be made autonomous, so you can have it run independently or under the control of a DAO. And today, people are building a wide range of games, metaverse services, social-fi services that run fully on-chain without any need for traditional IT. That's a big deal because these kinds of things involve lots of data and lots of computation. And we're all very familiar with the idea of tokenization and Web3 giving users ownership of things, ownership of value through tokens, or ownership of digital assets through NFTs. The internet computer kind of pushes blockchain further forward, taking us from sort of the Web3 we know towards a kind of new Web 3.0 paradigm, where you have full stack decentralization and things run entirely on the blockchain. So today, you have services that host many thousands of users that are built entirely on the blockchain with smart contracts, which scale, process web, and of course support things like tokenization, which enables those services to be run under the direct and exclusive control of advanced DAOs. DAOs, of course, are decentralized autonomous organizations. And this begins to invert the traditional tech model where services, online services, are owned by companies and run by CEOs and so on. And in this new world, these services are running without any backdoors. There's no Amazon Web Services account where the developers go to and where they have control over the user data and the computation and so on. These things are fully on-chain. They run under the control of DAOs. And the communities that operate those DAOs now have full ownership and control of these games, metaverses, and social-fi services in the same way that individual users today own digital assets through the blockchains and things like NFTs. So this is a really big advance. And one of the purposes of the internet computer is to provide a public network that is a complete alternative to the traditional IT stack, where you can build using advanced smart contract technology without need for servers, cloud instances, databases, web servers, or any of the components of traditional IT.
So as you can see, he just better explains what we tried to explain at the start. But this is ultimately the reason why we're excited about the internet computer. I think it's a real USP, unique selling point in regards to a blockchain, and going to gain interest as a result of that. In fact, I think a number of institutions actually added that already facilitate crypto exchange traded products, ICP, into their basket. It really is interesting. We're seeing the uptick in usage of ICP really start to climb. If you look at development, A lot of development in regards to the crypto space is actually now happening on ICP. You know, it's doing very well in regards to GitHub reports and everything in between. But this is a project we're going to keep you up to date with. And again, you need at this stage in the crypto space a USP. So many projects out there are just copies of others. They're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to reinvent the wheel when actually the real world's perfectly fine. Whereas ICP's coming along and saying, look, we're going to make it so that at no point do you have to leverage institutional centralized systems. The entire thing, the entire stack from the bottom up is decentralized. And for me, that is an absolutely massive selling point. And so much so that actually we're considering pivoting some of our altcoins into ICP and starting a decent position in it. So I want to know your thoughts on the matter, guys. I want to know, and girls, what you think, what you don't think. If you think that ICP is worth covering, I certainly do, and we're certainly over the next couple of weeks and months going to be bringing you a lot more internet computer content in regards to how it works, some of the partnerships and some of the use cases. That's really all I've got for you guys. It was just a short and sweet one. We wanted to touch base with the ICP community and introduce it to those of you that aren't already introduced to it. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you all in the next one.